Hey, what's up guys, back with another video, and today guys I'm going to be doing a tier list maker on Pixar movies. So I've seen pretty much all of them, so I'm going to rank them. Oops, what did I just do? As first up we have Up. Now Up was a good movie personally. I just found it kind of boring towards the middle, but I did like Up, so that's going to go into the B section. Toy Story was really good. It was the original Pixar movie. It was kind of the movie that started Pixar basically. Well, there was like older ones, but like this was the first of like modern Pixar. Toy Story is a really good movie. I'm gonna give it an A because it's original. I mean, obviously the graphics weren't as good as the current ones, but it was still an original movie, so it was really good. Next up is Monsters University. Now, Monsters University is actually a really good movie, so I'm gonna give it an A. Personally, I loved it a lot. I really think it was a great prequel to Monsters Inc. I just really enjoyed it. Next up we have Finding Dory. Now Finding Dory is going to get an A. I really enjoy the Finding Nemo, Finding Dory type stuff. It was just a really good movie, Finding Dory. Personally, I preferred Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory was still a great addition. So, yeah. Next up we have Finding Nemo, which gets an S. Actually, I love Finding Nemo. It was definitely one of the better movies, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. It was just something about it. It was such good graphics for its time, and underwater and stuff. It was just cool. And I actually haven't watched it for a while. I might watch it one day soon. Next up we have Cars 2. Now Cars 2 is going to get a C. Because Cars 2 is probably the worst Pixar movie. Because it's just... I mean, it's not boring or anything. It's just... It's got really bad, like, scenes, basically. Its animation's good. The graphics are good. Nothing like that. It's just basically bad. Like, the characters are really bad. The action scenes are bad. The scenes in general are just bad. The storyline's not good. Like, it's just nothing really good about it. And it's like, why? Like, out of any storyline you could have thought of, you thought of this one. So, yeah, that's why it's at C. And next up we have The Incredibles. Now, I'm going to give The Incredibles S because I love The Incredibles. It's a really, really good movie. It's probably the best Pixar movie, maybe. Personally, I like Finding Nemo a little bit more, but The Incredibles is really, really good. And I always go back and watch it, so, yeah. Alright, next up we have Ratatouille. Now, Ratatouille is going to get a C also. Ratatouille was just kind of boring, personally. I mean, I liked it, but I just found it kind of boring, so that's why it's getting C. And next up we have The Good Dinosaur. Now, The Good Dinosaur gets a B. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just, again, kind of boring. And, again, most of these are kids' movies, so, I mean, I am a kid. I'm a teenager, but... I'm not really a person that likes kids movies that much, but it was an okay kids movie. Next up we have Cars. Now Cars is going to get an S from me because I really, really love the original Cars. I mean, it was really, really, I'm saying really too much, but it was good. It was a really good movie. It felt very, what's the word? Not old. It just had a great vibe to it, I reckon, and it was an older movie. It was made around the time of The Incredibles and like Finding Nemo and stuff like that. So it was an older movie, but it's still really good. So that's why it gets an S. And next up we have Cars 3. Now Cars 3 is gonna get an A. I love the graphics on Cars 3. Personally, I don't really like the storyline, but it's definitely a much better version than Cars 2, but a slightly worse version than the original Cars. And we have A Bug's Life. Now, A Bug's Life reminds me a lot of like the B movie, if you remember that movie. So I'm going to give it an A. I mean, I do like it. It's a very good movie. I mean, it's not exactly an S, but it's still a very good movie. Next up, we have Incredibles 2. Now, Incredibles 2 also gets an A because I don't think it was as good as the original one. Like, don't get me wrong, the graphics, the characters, all that was good. It was just the storyline I didn't really like, and the ending wasn't that as good as in the first one, but it's still a great movie, and it's definitely better than some of the other ones, so that's why it gets an A. Sorry about that, guys, but next up we have Wall-E. Now, Wall-E gets a B, personally, because I like Wall-E. I've only seen it like once or twice, and I did enjoy it, but I never really, like, I don't know, I just never really fell in love isn't the right word, but I never really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but not that much, if you know what I mean. And next up we have Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. gets an A as well. I did really enjoy Monsters Inc. Monsters University and Monsters Inc. for me were personally like the same as how much I like them. Like, I know a lot of people like Monsters Inc. more, and that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But but I like both of them kind of equally. I reckon they did a great job. The prequel, Monsters University, did a great job explaining how the two main characters met, you know, Sully and Mike, and then Monsters Inc. did a great job as like the main movie. Yeah, it was just a great main movie. Alright, next we have Inside Out. Now I'm gonna give Inside Out an A, even though it was kind of a sad movie at times. It was still it was similar to Up. It was a sad movie, kind of boring, but it actually had a good storyline and a good, you know, message. I reckon about like emotions and how they can, I don't know, just about emotions and stuff, and how a lot of people, specifically like teenagers and stuff, like when people are going around that age where they can't really control their emotions, and it kind of dominates how they feel and what they do and stuff like that. So it was a great message. And Coco, next up is Coco. Now I did really enjoy Coco, so it's gonna get an A. Coco was a great movie. Personally, it wasn't my favorite, but it was kind of a sad movie. I remember I watched it at school and a lot of people started crying, so that was pretty. It pretty much showed how sad the movie was, but it was a good movie either way, and I enjoyed it. Alright, next up we have Toy Story 2. Now, Toy Story 2 is also going to get an A. Personally, I reckon it's the best Toy Story movie, but not good enough just to get an S. But I reckon it is a really good movie, so yeah. And next up we have Toy Story 3, which is going to get a B. Now, Toy Story 3 is not actually... You know, I'm going to swap that. Toy Story 3 also gets an A. All the Toy Story movies are really good, guys. Now, personally, they're not my favourite movies ever, but they're definitely really good movies and big step-ups from a lot of the other Pixar movies. I mean, they're not as good as some other ones, but they're definitely step-ups from a lot of the other ones. Alright, next up we have Brave. Now, Brave gets a B. Brave was good, it was cool. The action was pretty cool. I mean, I liked kind of the storyline to it, but it was just a movie that I didn't really enjoy as much, and I didn't really find interesting, so it gets a B. And next up is Onward. Now, Onward's probably the only movie I haven't actually watched yet. I only watched Brave and Wall-E like once, and The Good Dinosaur once, but Onward, I'm gonna give a... I haven't watched it yet, but based on what I've heard, it's okay, or it's pretty good. Some people have said pretty good, some people have said okay, so I'm gonna give it an A. But I haven't watched it, so don't judge, guys, please. I haven't watched it. And Toy Story 4, I do enjoy Toy Story 4, so it's going to get an A. All Toy Story movies get an A because I do really enjoy Toy Story 4. So guys, we've done we've done my ranking, so let me take a screenshot of that. Oh shit, I just went out of it, sorry guys. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and I'm going to go into the view community ranks and see what other people have put. So a lot of people in S have put Monsters Inc., The Incredibles, Toy Story, Nemo, Wall-E, Ratatouille, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Inside Out, and Coco. At A, they've put Cars, Incredibles 2, Monsters University, A Bug's Life, Dory, and Brave. In B, they've put Cars 3, Cars 2, and The Good Dinosaur, and then Toy Story 4 at D. Okay, guys, that's kind of strange. I would not have expected that, but oh well. It's all about a matter of opinion, but thank you guys for watching. Peace.